Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse, it's Nigel once again, and this is going to be another wrestling review. A lot of people consider The Miz to be one of the best Intercontinental Champions, and not only this feud, but this match in particular is perhaps one of the reasons why. In 2016, especially after the brand split, one of the people that The Miz feuded with was Dolph Ziggler over the Intercontinental Championship, and it culminated in this is the quote unquote final chapter between the two. But this time they're gonna settle it in a ladder match. I'm talking about The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler at TLC 2016. As always, I'm not professional wrestling reviewer or analyst, just a man who enjoys a good time, and I definitely had a fantastic time with this match. SmackDown, especially after like that initial brand split era, definitely kind of was like the place to be. He definitely was the land of opportunity, and like I said, amazing feud between The Miz and Dolph Ziggler, including them facing off at No Mercy with Dolph Ziggler even putting his career on the line for the Intercontinental Championship. So they feuded for the championship, especially throughout 2016. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So, for those who have seen this match before, you kind of seen these reviews, I should say, before, and seen this match before, I'm going to talk about it. But those of you who've seen these reviews before, you kind of already know how this works. For those of you who haven't, I'm going to be talking about what I liked and what I disliked about the match. So starting with what I liked, I feel like The Miz and Dolph Ziggler have always worked really well with each other. And granted, Dolph Ziggler, I feel like such an underrated worker. Arguably one of like the best mid-carders ever, as a lot of people refer to him. And understandably so. He's someone who could get a good match out of just about anyone, and he definitely helped. He definitely was able to do that with The Miz here. Of course, The Miz, no slouch in his own right, but Dolph Ziggler definitely able to. It's a shame he didn't really get his flowers in WWE, you know? He did get, of course, Money in the Bank and the World Heavyweight Championship, but sadly that kind of fizzled out as well. But Dolph Ziggler really was. Arguably one of the best mid-carders. But The Miz also brought it as well. The Miz able to put on a solid feud with just about anyone. And The Miz is also incredibly underrated as well. So putting these two together meshed really well. And in the confines of this ladder match, really using the ladders in a number of spots and kind of almost going like the Shawn Razor route. I don't know if you remember my reviews of Shawn Michaels vs. Razor Ramon, both at WrestleMania 10 and at SummerSlam 1996. If you haven't already, go check out those reviews. Or it might have been SummerSlam 1995. Yeah, so kind of going that route where the ladder is there and it's in play, but also a lot of otherwise it's not really a whole lot of like crazy super duper or incredible ladder spots. Granted, there's nothing wrong with those, of course. I love those, which is one of the reasons why I love ladder matches. The ladder match will always be my favorite type of match in pro wrestling. That's just me personally, because it's always a lot of fun, just an absolute truly is a demolition derby. But The Miz and Dolph Ziggler using the ladder, but otherwise telling the story with or without the ladder. The ladder enhances the match. It doesn't serve as a crutch, but then it's also not totally irrelevant. Like, the ladders serve to further enhance the story that Miz and Dolph Ziggler are telling throughout the match, how they're just going back and forth, just going at it for the Intercontinental Championship, and showing that much of like a dedication and appreciation, willing to put your body on the line for the championship, really helps elevate it. And I think that's another one of the reasons why so many people enjoyed Miz when he was Intercontinental Champion, because with his feuds and with how he desperately tried to cling on to the Intercontinental Championship, he really made the title feel like a big deal, and it really made it mean something, especially in those times where the world title picture was kind of lacking, whether it was on SmackDown or Raw, where where the world title picture kind of wasn't all that great. AJ Styles was WWE champion at this point, so that's a plus. But yeah, um, yeah. But when the world title picture is kind of lacking, that's usually where the mid card title shines, and it definitely shined here. And the Miz did it without outside interference from Maurice. It had been a while since I've seen this event in particular. I watched it when it first happened in, of course, TLC 2016. This is around when I was watching every single pay per view. Not necessarily every Raw and SmackDown, but pretty much every single pay per view, kind of like I do now. But otherwise, yeah. It had been a while since I saw this event in its entirety, and especially this match. But going back to the rewatch, it is still a lot of fun seeing the psychology and the brutality, including the Miz targeting Dolph Ziggler's leg, including smashing it with the ladder, locking the figure four while in the ladder, and stomping on it a couple times for good measure. Dolph Ziggler trying valiantly to crawl up the ladders. Ultimately, he falling after Miz delivers not one but two low blows to put away Ziggler in order to recapture the Intercontinental Championship. And Maurice not getting involved at all. Like that did happen. This was when Maurice was reintroduced as a on-screen character, and they brought up the real life relationship, the real life marriage between her and the Miz. So she would often get involved in his matches, but this time not so much. And this was also when the Miz was also kind of in a somewhat feud with Daniel Bryan. This is when Daniel Bryan was still retired during that initial retirement where he was the general manager of SmackDown. So the Miz kind of having a spat with him, including that excellent and shoot on Talking Smack. But man, I miss Talking Smack, man. But yeah, so. Incorporating that kind of into it as well, but mainly the feud between Miz and Dolph. They do bring up Daniel Bryan, but it doesn't eclipse this feud or this match. This match was a lot of fun, and like I mentioned, and going the Sean Razor route where it's not like traditional ladder matches where it's a bunch of spots and that's the match. No, there's also psychology. There's real storytelling showing Dolph Ziggler valiantly fighting for the title, showing the Miz doing whatever it takes to hold on to the title. These two really going after each other, using the ladders as weapons, and working around the ladders, stuff like that. It's just overall fantastic stuff. Just a really fun, really solid match, yeah, not everything that glittered was gold on SmackDown at the time. There was some kind of low moments as well, unfortunately, but this one definitely a shining beacon of kind of what SmackDown was at the time, especially with not only the IC title picture, but the Miz and Dolph Ziggler, or in that regard. If I had to find something to nitpick about the match, the Miz randomly introducing a second ladder just to climb up both of them for the title. It does set up for the spot later on with the Miz is low blowing Dolph and then pushing him off the dual ladders, but otherwise it was a tad bit unnecessary. But that is just like I said, that's a nitpick in the grand scheme of things. This was still a fantastic match. Definitely recommend checking it out. But nevertheless, that's going to do it for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the match and my review. Did you like to select the match? Did you like to select my review of the match? Let me know. But thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace.